Good morning, everyone. This is Kay Francis, your host for It Is What It Is, or Is It? And that title certainly fits what we're going to talk about. Have you ever felt like you were losing time, like you're rushing, and you have maybe mismanaged the time or the amount of time to be somewhere or be talking to someone, whatever? What do we really think? Have you ever asked yourself if you even thought to explore the meaning of time, the upside of it and the downside of it? Have you ever even thought of that? In your busy day, you hear people complain, I don't have enough time to get rid of all this. I don't have enough time to do my work. I don't have enough time. And it goes on and on. Well, it's only because you choose not to make time and what its meaning is important. You choose to keep going. And you haven't recognized that time is also good for your health if your time is in the forward and in the present and not looking back at maybe wrongdoings or looking back at sadness or looking back at pain or even anything that might have had been wonderful, but you didn't take the time to really enjoy it to its fullest. Have you ever had that happen to you? There was something you really wanted to do, finally got to do it, and then for some reason, you couldn't stay present enough to get the full benefit, because if you're stuck somewhere back there, you're never going to enjoy the forward movement. And that's all that we have is forward when you get down to it. We have to look back, and are we looking for something wonderful when we're looking back? Yeah, you could have a good experience, absolutely. But it doesn't mean you're experiencing it fully, giving it enough attention. So when I say what's done is done, you hear me and you know what it means. But do you acknowledge what you're doing in the present? Because as soon as that present thing switches to another area of your life, another action, another behavior, there's no going back. You can relive a memory, absolutely. And how many people have a stronghold, meaning they're staying stuck in something that's already happened that they can't change, and they stay stuck there for a lifetime. They become bitter, angry, isolate themselves. It's a sad state of affairs. But we're all going to die. That's a given. And I'm not bringing that up in a sad way. Imagine what the world could look like if we all were really saying, how do I want to live my next 5 years or 15 or whatever? Do I want to live in the past, which does me absolutely no good? Or do I want to move forward and stay in the present? And I mean on a daily basis. You know, we're going to move forward whether we like it or not. And that doesn't mean we're going to move into, this wonderful, joyous new behavior. We have to work through it. It's a process. But if you don't take time and really sincerely take advantage of it in the best of ways, your outcome is not going to be all that great. But if you really can stay in the present, you can be in a terrible situation. But if you're in that present, that's when you're quiet, you can work on a solution. And then what are you moving forward with? You're moving forward, building on that change, building on positive change. You're not stuck back there somewhere that's gone, really. You only have the moment you live in. I mean, this podcast, when it's over, on to something else. And hopefully on to something that says, I should take time for this. I myself was rushing here, rushing there, and I don't know that I ever really thought about time. We all know we've set our alarms. We all know that time is essential to our life. So I'm not talking about time in that respect. I'm talking about it can lead to a lot of new areas in your life that you may never have experienced before. If you make it important to really explore, how do I sit back for 10 minutes a day and just think, well, what am I doing right now? Am I enjoying this? Or Am I sitting there thinking, oh, I can't stand this? Well, if you can't, you're already in a bad place. Stay there and fix it and have the courage to own it or hopefully do something about it is the best way to go because you're going to be moving on. I hear so many people when they come in for therapy and I say, well, what do you do with your time? Well, I got a job, I have a family, and on and on. And how do you experience your time? Usually they say, well, I never thought of it that way. And you say, well, how do you experience it? Well, I have good days, I have bad. That's all very true. So whether you're in the bad place or the good place, it's still going to be gone the next day. So when you're in the present, this is when time works in your favor. And the only time it works in your favor is when you are presently aware of your actions, your thoughts, how you treat people, your relationships. I can go down the line. That's when you can make positive change. You're there already. All I'm saying is to get quiet in the present and appreciate what you have and appreciate and be able to see the light at the end of the tunnel. It takes time. You can get discouraged. Someone once said to me, I only worry all the time. So there's not an awareness that they can change at all. Wringing their hands. The next day comes, they're still wringing their hands. The next day comes, they're still wringing their hands. And they make it out a lifetime. So tell me, they haven't thought about time or they would have said, man, I just lost yesterday and the day before because I was so angry with that person. I was so angry. And I was angry for almost the whole week. So what were they doing? So take your time. Think about how much time you need. Prepare for it so you're moving in a forward position. And it'll be a natural way to live your life. Do we not cry at times because we're sad? We all do. But we're not talking about the things that go on in us and the emotions. We're talking about, do we take time to learn about ourselves? Because here's the light and here's the light. And in the middle of that tunnel, in order to get to that light, there's a big dung heap. And that's not pretty. Who wants to shovel through that? And how much time would it take? The only way you're going to move forward in a joyous way is you have to shovel it. You stay present when you're angry. You stay quiet. You pay attention to emotionally what you're feeling to identify it. So time is in your life 24/7, 365 days a year. And time can do all kinds of things for you if you stay present with it and learn from it. I once had someone ask me, how did you go to school and raise your kids and all of this and work all at the same time? And I said, Jesus. And they said, no, seriously. And I said, Jesus. I knew he had my back. Think about how you're letting time affect you, good or bad. And when you really get part of you that realizes that I want to enjoy life. I want to take care of my health. I want to have fun. There's a lot of things you can do that are free, that are fun. There's no excuses to have to go through your life miserable. So with that, I say thank you all for listening. I really appreciate your support and hope we keep growing. That's an important part too. And I know it takes time, but I know that I've got to be in a positive way in the present as much as I can, or not let it keep me pulled back and have a stronghold on me to get where I want to go, whether it's professionally or personally. So with that, God bless you. Have a great couple of weeks and we'll be back. And as I always tell you at the end of every podcast, remember, keep the faith, never lose up hope, know when to let go, and when to stay present. God bless everyone. Thank you.